5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Laughfinder.
Wait, are we live?
It did the fucking countdown.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Wait, hold on. I got to do, what did I miss? Tell me about the video. Oh, shit.
no.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Paste. I forgot to paste that. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Are we gonna take us
Hold
off
on.
the internet and
No,
then
no, no.
restart
We're
it?
at
Shit.
season, what is this? Season 6? Season 5? Season 6. Episode
Google Drive.
Google.
36. Fuck, chocolate buttholes.
The hot dog flavored water.
Man.
Previously on the Laughfinder show, hanging out with my man.
Yeah.
That's
Go,
it.
go, Eric.
No,
It's your
no.
birthday.
I'm gonna party like it's my birthday. Hey, I saw a thing on the internet today that apparently, the guy, the 50 Cent song, Many Men, and he
Yes.
talks about the guy who gets who shot him the same way, but that guy got shot the same way, but he ain't fucking breathing.
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Apparently that Tyson's dear friend who got gunned down.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So
Is Mike
shit.
Tyson going to release a rap in answer to that?
I don't know. I think what he did was
Listen to me, 50 Cent. That shit wasn't funny.
after he heard it, came out and destroyed Botha, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So,
Both.
but no, it's a.
Both of these nuts.
I thought it was pretty interesting that
Yeah.
50 Cent and Mike Tyson did in that way. Also, how scary would it be if you killed Mike Tyson's friend and then rapped about it? Definitely run into him from time to time, and like 50's a big guy, but he's not Mike Tyson.
I mean, he's probably got like the height advantage on Tyson, but Tyson's gonna fuck him up.
Everybody
Chuck.
Tyson fought had the height advantage on Mike.
That is
Tyson.
true.
That is, yeah,
50 Cent, I feel like, has got some, some show muscles.
yeah.
But Mike Tyson
Yeah.
has got the fucking punch that would just
He's
make him
9
go
bullets. I'll
night-night.
take you that.
Well, yeah.
In the back.
Never skipped lats. He never
Yeah.
skipped lat day.
I mean, shit, he probably took 4 of them to the glutes. I mean, like,
All right, let's get it started.
here's what
Yeah, it would
you
be
shoot me
funny
12
if the-
shoot me 12 times in the back. I'll be fine.
Do you know what? It would be funny if that whole song was about him actually just getting like Forrest Gump 9 times in the ass. Oh, they shot me in the butt top.
Batman.
Yeah, oh, like using that as the
And
sample
that's-
or something.
Yeah, No,
that.
that he just got shot in the ass 9 times, which is
Man.
why he's fine.
With
They-
a gun full of piss and cum.
Nah. They call it. It's a hot new trend. They call it gumping.
They're calling it gumping.
You can gump me in the club. Bottle full of.
I remember when my rappers used to get shot 9 times. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Now they're turning
Yeah.
state's evidence. That's what we're
Are you
having
guys
in the
ready?
Biden administration.
Yeah.
All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Bienvenido a Laughfinder.
Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome to Laughfinder, Baltimore's premier Pfizer-based comedy podcast. I'm Tommy Sinbazo. And I'll be playing hentai lemongrass.
Oh.
I'm gonna start meowing more as hentai. We're like meow. That's really great. Meow meow. Now we have so much to get into because we weren't in last week due to stuff. But we did the cosplay roast
We did.
at
We did.
we did the cosplay roast at Baltimore Power Plant Live. I'm going to say it was a great show. It was a bad venue, but it was a great show.
This is the event, Tommy, where you were Dr. Robotnik.
Yes.
Brian was Aquaman.
Yes.
Eric was Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
And Dorian was She-Hulk.
Yes, you got it. You nailed it all. And then we had Chris Lawrence on the show as well, who was dressed as the Crow, which I've done
Edward
better. Crow
Scissorhands.
Yeah.
yeah, Edward. Well, see, so we parked at Pier 5 where we got comp parking. Then we had to walk like maybe like 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah, it's a
and
couple blocks, not far.
You didn't see another cosplayer until you were at the event. So as we're walking out, people are seeing Eric and going, honking their horn, going, "Chicken Man! Hey, Chicken Man! Hey, it's the Chicken Man, everybody!"
I felt like a
Love
real
it.
celeb. A real celeb.
People would yell Sonic at me, and the best part was Chris Lawrence. People were calling him Edward Scissorhands and
Sting.
And Sting.
I like that one guy tried to call him. He was like, "Oh, you the dude that does the scorpion move." Yeah. Scorpion move, man, was my favorite Chris
man.
cosplay.
How
But
do
I mean-
you know Scorpion move and not know the name
Right?
of the game?
Yeah.
Right? That's absurd.
You
to
from
me.
Mortal Kombat?
Man, you do the Bret Hart move, but not.
Yeah.
So when it got down to the roasting, gentlemen, you guys had some good zingers for each other. You
Well,
were
I mean,
prepared,
let me set
loaded
the
for
stage
bear.
No idea.
There was maybe 200 people there, maybe 150, 200.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Most
Good
of the
turnout.
people were dressed in costumes. It was a semi-outdoor event. There was one bar named called Lucky's off to the side and an outdoor stage. Now, originally, we were supposed to do the roast on the inside of Lucky's on the stage there, where it would have been a contained crowd that was there to listen to it. There would have been other stuff going on for people who didn't care to even go to it. But we got moved out to that stage outside, and from on the stage, there was no monitor pointing back at you. So you couldn't, if you weren't on the microphone and you were on the stage, you couldn't hear what the person on the mic was even saying.
Oh,
You couldn't
no.
understand a single fucking thing they were saying. My second joke, and then the crowd was so dispersed that like you'd tell a joke and you'd hear off in the distance. And you're like, oh, okay,
no.
good. It's hitting. It's hitting. I do know my second joke offended some woman. I was the first person up, and my second joke offended a woman to the point where she was like, No, get this man off the stage. And I told her, I
Oh,
was like,
boy.
lady, I told her as my Dr. Robotnik voice, I was like, lady, I'm a supervillain. And this is the second joke of the first comedian. You're not going to like the rest of this show.
You guys
but-
got paid for this, I hope.
Huh. Shit, actually.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
You got
mean-
paid in exposure.
I mean, like,
What every comedian craves
front because we were outside.
instead of money.
Yeah.
yeah, we got
Yeah.
paid in memories in a lovely afternoon.
Did you fall off the stage this time, Brian?
I
they
did
had-
not.
They had stairs there now.
Good.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the venue I felt like gave me a -4 to perform checks just because
Yeah.
it's hard to do anything on that stage really other than sing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you have to say words and the audience has to make out what you're saying, there's a little bit of a barrier to do that. But we did get responses though. We
Yeah.
did
People
get-
came up
Oh,
afterwards.
people
and
after
said
the
they
show were like,
loved
"You
it.
guys are great," and I was like, "I know, you know what? I'm gonna let you say that."
Some woman gave me a very vague compliment on Instagram, and it was just a picture of me in a video of part of my set. But her compliment was so vague, I was like, if I don't know if this is a compliment. If it is, thank you so very much. We worked really hard on our costumes and writing. If it's not a compliment, then it's you're fortunate that there were other things you could have been doing at the Nerdpocalypse.
Did she say anything or just posted the video with no
Posted
comment?
the video. Well, her thing was
Very
Dr.
vague.
Robotnik was giving it to him at the cosplay roast. Some people couldn't handle it. This is the first time I ever think maybe his bots wrote his jokes, and the bots writing my jokes. I was like, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough about that. We can move on just because we had 2 weeks. Why? What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to say, I saw the pictures of all of you guys from the show with your costumes. There was Tommy, there was Dorian, there was Eric, there was Brian, and there was some other tall, skinny, dark-haired dude in a costume. And I was just like, it could have been me.
It could have. Someone
Could have been
actually
me.
asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They posted,
Oh, yeah.
tagged Laughfinder in the post of all of us,
Oh.
and someone's like, "Is that Aaron Hinken as the Crow?" And I corrected them and said, "Yes."
I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, I don't know what I have to do to be able to socialize with these guys outside of
100%. If you said, "Hey, I want to come," 100%, we're like, "You're in. You're in. You can eat this dick with us. We'll save you some dick."
One of these days, if you need an extra body, you let me know.
100%.
Yeah.
As soon as Josie backed out, I should have said, "You're
Yeah,
in."
you should have.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could've-
man.
And you're
I
gonna
could have
dress
gone as
the
Josie.
Lorax.
Oh, dude, you
Yeah.
could have gone as Josie and then just.
going to go as Josie as the Lorax.
Oh, man. I'd be like.
You wouldn't have even had to change your facial hair.
Damn, Dorian.
Well, the Lorax has facial hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
the Lorax.
Did you see she posted a picture of the costume that she would have worn
Yeah.
as the Lorax?
I
And the
know.
only joke I could have thought of was I know what rhymes with orange. Horlax. But then again, you're attacking the costume and not the person. And we did the right thing by just going after each other's characters.
Yeah.
I agree,
Because
yeah.
it wouldn't have worked if I was like, "Oh, Aquaman's here. What was it like leaving your trash-filled apartment, Brian?"
I mean, actually, you could be like, in that case, what was it like leaving your trash-filled ocean?
Oh, see,
Yeah.
see,
It
there
is
you
fun,
go.
but they would, yeah, I don't know. Actually, a number of people came up to me after the thing and they're like, "Oh, that was great. They really went after your ass." I'm like, "Hey, the sleeps with fish thing is easy."
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
even a guy dressed like Vigilante
Yes!
that came up to you and was like, "Why do you sleep with fish?" And you're like, "Have you ever seen a narwhal?"
Yeah, no. Look, here's the thing. I'm always gonna stand fish pussy, boys. It's called committing to the bitten.
And speaking of fish pussy, that is the best smelling pussy this guy gets, ladies. and
Okay.
gentlemen. I don't know. Except for Cynthia. Cynthia's pussy, I'm sure, smells amazing. This is a weird place to be.
Yeah,
ladies
Tommy.
and gentlemen, give it up for actor, writer, comedian, and fragrant pussy enthusiast, Mr. Brian Preston.
Brian, are you in a new committed relationship? Do you have someone special?
It's same. I have the same partner as I have had for the last few years. We are in an open relationship, and yeah.
Cool. That's how little I know about your life.
I know. I you know what, Aaron?
I just always imagined you were just a totally freewheeling bachelor dude. Which
again,
it sounds like you're both. You're in
I
a
am,
committed
Aaron.
relationship. And
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I used to do that monogamy shit, and
Yeah.
it just ain't for me, buddy.
Wow.
Bees
What was
gotta be
that?
freeze.
What was
he's
that
got-
Mitch
He's got
Hedberg bit?
seeds to be sown.
Yeah, that Mitch Hedberg bit. I don't have a girlfriend, but I do know a girl that'd be upset if she heard me say that.
But yeah, no,
I
just
see.
footloose and fancy free out there, living it. Well, I was, and then the pandemic happened. But
What'd you do this past weekend, Brian?
well, guys, thank you for asking that, Tomas. I went out to Muddy Run in Pennsylvania to play disc golf. Just a fantastic course. If you guys are into the sport, it's got great signage, great just. It's challenging, it's a good mix of wooded, some bomber holes, stuff like that. Just a lovely course.
Is that what you call Cynthia's pussy? Bomber hole?
I thought we moved on from that, Tommy. Here's the thing, okay? When you start putting names on the pussies, that's when it gets too real. You're gonna say bomber holes on pussy. Well, no, when you give that pussy a name, that's a human being's pussy, Tommy.
You're right. Wait, didn't you have a show Sunday?
I certainly did, Tommy. I did Midnight Gardeners at the DC Improv. And
Now, what's Midnight Gardeners?
Okay, so that is like Pete Musto, Kevin Titt, other people who I'd met. I think Jamie Bendy and some other people. They do it's like a half stand-up, half improv thing. The theme of that one was pitch a movie. So warm-up comic gets up, does like brief like 5-10 minutes, and then they start the show. And it's pretty much, they got two gentlemen pretending to be movie producers. They get in there, and then the whole thing is you go up there, you do like 7-10 minutes. Then, based on the shit in your set, they give you a fucking, like, an idea for a movie that you got to pitch to them. And then you pretty much, comics go up, they each do their sets. They give, after everyone's set, they give them like 3 items and like a theme for the movie or whatever. Then you got to think that up, and then you come up again, and you do like an improv thing where you pitch the movie.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was one of those things where, man, you know what? I put so much goddamn I crushed it hard for like 11 people when I got off stage. Kevin Tidd was hosting. Just literally, when he was like, Brian Preston, goddamn.
Nice.
That's exactly what he said. And have some very good looking tape by the end of the week.
Oh, fuck yeah. Are you going to submit to the...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely using that one. Because like my other good tapes are from like 2 years ago or something. And I'm very stupid about like taping shit.
Yeah.
So,
This whole weekend, I did 3 sets, and I
nice.
recorded each set, and there's probably a good 5 minutes I can find from one of those sets.
Fair enough. That's
You
cool.
make like phone videos of your sets? Is that what you guys are talking about?
Well, actually, they taped it at the fucking Improv. Like they have like a camera set up there and shit. So I taped that. I don't know if they're gonna get that to me in time, but I did also tape it on my iPod. So yeah, did that on Sunday. Also, I saw The Northman.
Oh, I heard it was really violent.
It's violent. It's good. And
Revenge porn.
It's revenge porn. I would say, you know what? Imagine Hamlet, but also 2 dudes fight butt ass naked in front of a volcano.
I heard the genitals are CGI.
You know what? I honestly,
Could you tell?
No
I didn't- you know what? You
spoilers.
don't really
I'm
like
gonna go
a-
see it. I'm
You're
gonna
not
see
gonna
it.
go look at Hog. I enjoyed it. And you know who was really gonna love this movie? White supremacists.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm, I assumed,
mean,
yeah.
boo.
Yeah, no. I would say, here's the thing. 3 of those 14 words are going to be 2 thumbs up. All right, I'm done.
I'm not a white supremacist. I'm a white subparist.
No, oh man, you out here looking like Stopper's Slim Daddy.
But speaking of the Northman, speaking of naked revenge porn, that's the only stuff that gets this guy's micro penis hard. Ladies and gentlemen, actor, writer, comedian, and professional nudist, Mr. Eric Woodward.
Oh yeah, it feels good to be back in the saddle again, boys. Reprising my sweet role as the mighty Jordan, former AWF champion and pole sniffing dude. Yeah, it's it's good to be back. I guess we haven't talked about this on Laughfinder yet, but about 2 weeks ago, before we went live, Tommy fucked me in a major way.
What happened?
He calls me up. He goes, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing on the 23rd? And I look at my schedule and I see that there's nothing on there. And I was like, I figure this could be a show, perhaps, that he's going to book me on. I'm thinking maybe it's to go to his house and do drugs. I answer, I was like, you know what? I ain't got a goddamn thing, Thomas. As a matter of fact, I'm looking to get out of the house. I sell it. Like I'm down for whatever you got. And he goes, oh, I was wondering if you could film my set. At the furthest show I'm performing at. So I went, you fucked me. I'm in, but you fucked me right there.
Yeah, he actually responded with, "Oh no, I have no out now. I have to come do this."
So I did have to did that, but yeah, we went to your show at that dispensary, and the lovely Ashley Pontius was there, and Bill Monahan. It was you know what? It was a fun show.
It was
a fun
and then
show.
we came back. Since the show started, one of my biggest complaints, this show started at 6 p.m.
That's
it started
insane.
yeah. And there was still daylight and generators running.
Who's there to watch it at 6 p.m. is my question.
20
Senior
people.
citizens?
Maybe 20 people, and I'd say maybe 10 of them worked at the dispensary, so they got in for free and were just talking at the table, which I had to shut that shit down. But we got out. We got home by like 9:30, and Lou was having a girls' night. Her friend Dana had come over, and we get home, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go do karaoke," and I
got roped into karaoke.
Oh, roped into karaoke. You fucking had a great time. You had
I
a great
made
time
sure you
at
were
that
dragged
bar.
kicking and screaming.
Karaoke.
There's
But it was-
Morris Burgers right down the street from my
Oh,
house.
no shit. I
Yeah.
didn't realize. Okay, it was.
Tommy, what's your go-to
Man Man?
karaoke?
I didn't
song?
do any of my Well, I did one standard. I did Take On Me. But let me tell you this, right? So at the dispensary, I bought weed. On the way home, I smoked weed. I came home thinking we're just going to hang out. I smoked a bong of weed. I was very high. And then they were like, I wasn't going to go. And then Eric comes down from the bathroom. He's like, are we going? I'm like, well, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go. So I did I took a little bit of nose candy to level me out. And then we go do karaoke. And we go in, and already we sign up. which Eric asked to sing Possum Kingdom. This is how shitty
What?
a fucking DJ they have there. Eric asked to sing Possum Kingdom. 10 minutes have gone by. We've seen a whole rotation of people. Eric hasn't been called. Eric, why didn't he play Possum Kingdom for you?
This is also the most Eric Woodworth reason why he couldn't do it. This guy, I got to be honest with you, I'm not even mad at him. He might be my spirit animal in a way, if I'm going to be honest. The reason
you did write it down. You wrote it down, and still.
No, I did. You're right. I did write it down. He said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't find it." I was like, "Are you sure? It's Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. It's a really big song." He was like, he leaned in. He's like, "I don't know how to spell it." And then I was like,
he couldn't spell
Second Kingdom.
he couldn't get possum. I think he was trying to do opossum, but it is possum with a P the way I wrote it, and he could not find that. He was also had what I like to call hammer vision, where you only got one eye open while you're trying to type through. Like he was fucking obliterated. Also, another just fun story from that Morseburger. Shout out. Me and Tommy, I took a picture of it. I'll put it in chat so you guys can see it, the Laughfinder chat here. But there's a picture of X-Men with dress. It was like Sexy Storm and
it was X-Men. It was a centerfold from the X-Men swimsuit issue.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The Jim Lee one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Rogue has a rebel flag, so which hangs proudly in the walls.
It's not hate, it's heritage, sugar.
Hey, there's one other really good fucking story that I was so glad. I went outside to go vape, and the rest of the gang wasn't with me. So they had like this big deck out back, and there's this really fucking hammered guy. He probably weighs, I don't know, somewhere in the range. He's kind of tall, but probably weighs like $140. Not a real thick fella.
And he seemed like a new to bars.
Yes, it seems like this could be his 20. He looked like he was maybe his 21st birthday, or he's new to the scene, right? So he goes, "I can fucking jump that." Like there's no way you can jump over that. And I watched this kid fucking jump off of the bench and over this high part of this high fencing to land on the ground.
Lattice part over the fencing.
He clears it, and I swear hits nothing but tailbone 10 feet down.
10 feet down onto his fucking tailbone.
Oh, man, he's going to feel that in 20 years.
He popped up like nothing happened, but the rest of the night he was smiling without his eyes, so the whole time he's like...
Dude, he has a permanent injury from what I watched, and I was just like, guys, he's fine. We'll do it one more time and show him up. So that definitely fucking... Chef's
but we
kiss
had a good time. If you're ever free on a Saturday and want to go karaoke, I'll go to a Morseburger again. It was a cool bar.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a fun time. Right. And speaking of fun times,
speaking of fun times, this guy is a regular. His body is a wonderland. Ladies and gentlemen, WYPR Rock God, Mr. Eric.
Thank you very much, everybody. A wonderland, yes. Probably as old as Walt Disney World.
I'm sorry, I meant Wonderland Ranch.
Oh, right. Listen to me, everybody. It's me, Hemlock Lugosi, deep fetchling from the shadow plane, here to cast the spells of sorcery upon you, and to never, ever pay retail. You guys all had exciting weeks. I'll tell you my excitement for the week. I've spent the winter tying fishing flies, right?
Okay.
Like I'm into that weird thing where
How many do you have now? How many have you made? Do you have
I've
just
tied a
room full
whole
of 'em?
tackle box full of them. I've got dozens and dozens and dozens. So all these different flies. There's,
Have you stabbed yourself?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Oh, okay.
It's just par for the course. But this past weekend, I caught for the very first time a fish on a fly that I had tied myself.
Fuck yeah.
I felt like a god. Can you imagine taking a hook and creating your own attractor pattern on that hook, throwing it in the water, fishing it, to perfection and getting a fucking hit on that line and
Nice.
reeling in this fish. Oh man.
How big was the fish? Was it a keeper?
It was about the size of my palm.
Okay,
So,
okay.
it was, I'm not worried about the size of the fish right now. I just was worried about like proof of concept
Yeah.
of whether or not one of my own flies could actually deceive a fish. And lo and behold, it did. So,
What was
I can
the
die a
shape?
happy
What
man.
did you make? What do you make them look like?
So,
Fly?
if you really want to nerd out on it, it was a parachute emerger pattern.
Okay.
Which represents a fly that is transitioning from its nymphal phase to its winged phase and shedding its case, which represents a fly in a very vulnerable state on the surface of the water, which is evidently quite appealing to fish.
Oh, I see it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ashley just made a quick comment saying, "Aaron, stop! I'm out of towels." So,
It is very exciting. I was out of towels after I caught that fish personally as well. So I understand how you feel, Ashley. I was gushing. I was squirting.
man.
I was squirting.
Ben, isolate all of this. Isolate all of that. Isolate that, please.
Anyway,
I
but I've
posted a
toweled
picture
myself
in
off.
chat.
I'm ready for the next adventure.
Let me see. Copy image. That's what I'll do.
And then we have no Ben tonight, unfortunately. He's out gallivanting, which is unfortunate. But
He's
not
tied
the
us.
end of
He's
the
tied
world, I'm
special
sure.
flies on the end of his line as well. They're
they're
Team
action
magazines.
figures.
No, dude.
Fucking He-Man action figures. He dangles out the fucking side of the Buick as
Trying to catch someone else.
he's rolling 5 miles an hour past the elementary school.
Is he trying to catch the teachers?
That's right.
Trying to take this picture
Oh,
of
good
one.
times. Good
Oh,
times.
fuck it. All right. And speaking of good times, that's the only kind of times this guy gives it up for. Ladies and gentlemen, the best damn DM in this Riverside FM. That's what we're paying the money for. Ladies and gentlemen, Dorian Gray.
Greetings. It is I, your friend and foe, and I'm eager to get started. This won't be a terribly long session, but it will be a session nonetheless.
It's not going to be the last session, is it?
No.
Okay.
Well, that sounds intriguing. Perhaps
He's-
it's been a couple of
Dorian
weeks.
has planned instant death for us.
Total party kill within the first 5 minutes, and we'll just talk
Yes.
about shows again.
This is for that chocolate butthole remark.
All right. Well, it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm you're forgiven for not remembering what's going on. So let me catch you up here. All right, you guys got the beat coming through. All right, here we go. If you missed last week and you need a recap, we might have just walked right into a trap. See, we killed some priests, but we kept one alive, deceived his ass so that we could contrive to get to our ultimate destination, where cultists are practicing self-mutilation, all for the glory of the ever-changing sun. Jumping in the Cuisinart one by one, getting sprayed and pureed into liquefied goop to make another scoop of cult member soup. Then they look at us like it's our turn now? Hell no, we ain't even trying to kowtow. The whole sniffing dudes are here to fight. Step to us, your game better be airtight. Just then, what do we spy? A gigantic robotic steampunk eye. The eye looks around and proceeds to zap. We get fucked up, but we give it right back. And just when it's looking like a stalemate, we get an assist from a bona fide heavyweight. You might remember how the legend goes. A deep harvester who became opposed to the rest of his homies' agenda. Now he's down with us, an unlikely defender. The deep harvester cold crushes the eye. And moonberries, if you wanna know why, then turn your attention to my attaché. Here's motherfucking Game Master Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray, Dorian Gray, Dorian Gray.
Well, John, it has been a while since we got a recap wrap. That was awesome.
Thank you.
So, as was so eloquently put, they were fighting what looked like a giant mechanical eye, if I'm not mistaken. right in front of it was a tank that various members of the cult were literally throwing themselves into, and their combat was interrupted by a huge swarm of tentacles as a nocturnal harvester came and ripped apart the eye and says, "Come with me. We have much to discuss."
Come with me if you want to live.
The
Yeah.
rapes.
Come at
Exactly.
me if you want to come.
The I
Live
guess
with
I
me if you
mean
want to come.
we're surrounded. He basically he killed the mechanical eye. So we're standing there, and there's this giant blender full of liquefied cult members.
Yes.
Do we have any interest in like interrogating, like investigating that, or there was a generator behind it that might have powered something? I guess it's kind of a moot point now that our friend the
Yeah.
Deep Harvester has
I
defeated the
recognize
eyeball.
this. I recognize this. This is the blender that Eve 6 put its heart into.
Is this an old Planet Hollywood?
I mean, I guess can we speak with the Harvester? He says we have
Sure.
much to discuss. Listen to me, Harvester. First of all, thank you for getting rid of the steampunk eye. We were really getting fucked up by that thing. So, thank you. And, we've heard your reputation precedes you. Our friend Ichabod says you've parted ways philosophically with your brethren, your rhizomatic brethren. And we must work together now? You tell me, what is the situation?
It says, "Follow me. I will explain." And it begins
Okay.
to sort of slither off. And following it, you go into what looks like a sort of burrow that it's made for itself with all of these complex machines. And one of them,
I go, ooh, fancy, and just start touching buttons.
Can you explain, Dorian, what this
Slapping
what this
his hand.
nocturnal harvester looks like? I feel like I remember they looked like giant testicles or something.
it looks like a giant sort of bulbous spore fungus with various tentacles. Um,
But it's also it has a high tech lair
yes,
full of computers. Okay.
yes. So it says,
When you have multiple tentacles, you can operate many computers at once.
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, that's one thing you could do with tentacles.
We're not stupid, Aaron. We all know.
Okay.
All right, so it activates a device and a hologram comes up, and it is an outline of it is a hologram of a city with sort of tall purple humanoids in robes, just like strolling down the street, doing city person things. And it says, "We were a humanoid race on a remote planet far beyond the packed worlds. We had reached the very pinnacle of technology, copying the biological processes of an undersea invertebrate. We were able to achieve biological immortality through the use of rejuvenation tanks that regenerate our flesh." It says it's switching.
Can I interrupt you, sir, just a moment, Mr. Harvester? We didn't catch your name.
It says, "My name is Rejon, Rejon."
Rejon. Okay. All right, Rejon. Please continue.
It says,
Now that we know each other.
then it switches to a next scene, which is these same humanoids making war with these big, muscular, reptilian creatures dressed as soldiers. And it says, "But this technology made us a target, so we were invaded by the Vesk, an imperial civilization of reptilian warriors."
Like, they sound pretty cool.
Listeners of season 3, I'm sure you need a towel right now.
Oh, wow.
Because what you're hearing is just mind-blowing.
It says, "With our advanced weapons of war, we were able to repel the invasion, but at great cost. The toll it took on our resources left our planet uninhabitable, and we were forced to leave." Then he
wow.
shows you an animation of several of them constructing basically what looks like a spaceship.
It was done by Pixar, and they all have dummy thick butts.
Yes. It says, with the precious metals we use to make our machines all but depleted, we made an escape vessel, mechanical on the inside, and through the use of artificial gravity, bioorganic on the outside, complete with an atmosphere and ecology.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that this entire land of Cedrivis is your spacefaring vessel?
It says, navigating the stars requires an incredible amount of calculations, but we no longer had the means to build a complex machine to do so, so we were forced to experiment. This craft would be piloted by a massive organic brain, and thus the cerebrally driven interstellar vessel was born.
Oh. We call it Cerebgo.
Or Cedroves? Cedroves.
And then there's a sign
Wait a
that says
minute.
Tetra vessel on the thing, and I wipe the dirt away, and it says Cerebro driven. It was here the whole time.
Right in front of our faces the whole time. Wow. We're totally on. It's like Spaceship Earth, like Carl Sagan used to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cerebrally driven interstellar vessel, Cedrives.
Wow.
And then he
So that's why you brought me here. You need my big brain to drive this. I understand.
I immediately go into full. I told all of you that this is how it worked. That the planet was hollow and that the aliens were inside driving us to our next location.
That's
You
a
and
great
your-
Mr.
you and
Pillow
your-
impersonation.
You're
Because
crazy.
you also thought that about Golaria.
You're
I thought
crazy
that about it.
Cedro non-theory.
You know, if you toot that theory to every single planet, eventually you're gonna be right.
He says,
That's uncanny, that impersonation.
Maybe you can have him on the Maryland Curiosity.
I know, right?
I'm here with the governor.
I remember I didn't sleep for 7 days once, and I saw that the inside of the moon was hollow.
Wait, are you
That's
trying
when-
to imitate Jesse Ventura or the My Pillow guy?
It's it's kind of switching
They're all the
between
same
both.
guy.
They're the
Oh.
same. If you're from
Okay.
Minnesota, that's just what you sound like.
Okay, okay.
You come out of the womb sounding just like this.
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
Jesse
I like how he's
Ventura
less
is the My
impressed
Pillow
that you're
guy.
trying to do Jesse Ventura.
I thought it was the My Pillow
I
guy.
thought it was Michael.
They're the same
Lindell.
guy. Jesse Ventura
Anyways.
never died in that plane crash.
They're both my relatives, so
Rejon, we apologize for interrupting you. Please tell us more about the cerebrally driven interstellar vessel. It's powered by ever-changing suns? What is going on with your atmosphere and your rising oil seas? This is a malfunction of your spacecraft
he says, well,
and your gravity wells.
we had to use our warp technology sparingly, so we created a scout, an android to bring samples from inhabitable planets. Not just samples of life, but also samples of culture and civilization.
The stranger.
Correct.
We have met him. He's a scout.
It says, from these visits, the brain learned the concepts of gods and worship. And since we depended on Cedrives for our survival, it began to exert control over us and demand that we worship it as a god.
Whoa.
Oh, so that was what that was.
It says, seeking to exert control, we took away its ability to produce its own endorphins, the chemical in the brain that produces pleasure, and hold those endorphins as a reward for its obedience. But all that did was make it a desperate addict. It reprogrammed our android scout to abduct life forms from the planets we've passed. We
Is
knew
that
we
why
had-
it offered to suck my dick for a smile?
So just like every classical government, you find that people have emotions and then you drug it out of them.
I can't believe that bot gave that monster a free hug.
So Cedrivis is sentient and also megalomaniacal to the sense that it is demanding to be worshipped by all living inhabitants upon it at this point. It's like Hal from 2001. If Hal was really emotionally needy, if Hal was like an ex-girlfriend that wouldn't stop calling you.
Currently, Hal is having his period right now. Very
Gentlemen,
moody, and I could use some Ben and Jerry's brains.
I've got a solution, everybody, to all of these problems. There's a little planet called Earth that has 2 towers on it. Now, I'm suggesting that we plant a center to Earth into these twin towers.
And that's how 9/11 started, by a simple joke by a character in a role-playing game.
Listen to me, Rejan. I do believe there are residents of Cedroves who are not held sway by this belief that it must be worshipped. We have encountered the cult of the ever-changing sun, these robed fanatics, but we have also encountered rebels like us who believe in independent thought. People like the lady at the laboratory in Livermore and other people who send us on good missions to try to help this place from becoming a disaster. We must band together and do something to fix this problem. How do we help you?
There's one final thing you should know.
We're all
After
greening.
it turned against us,
Show us the
we had to
Zapruder
shut up.
footage.
After it turned against us, we had to act quick, so we retired to our rejuvenation tanks and prepared for war. But it had planned for this. It tampered with our cellular regeneration and transformed us into these bestial monstrosities, genetically re-engineered to harvest the serotonin from the skulls of accumulated life forms.
Yeah, before they all looked like Katy Perry. They've all been turned into regular old Ed Asners.
Please put us back in our fuckable body.
So, oh, wow. So they fucked with your Bacta tanks.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, you still look perfectly nice to us. You're a nice guy. We know you're nice on the inside, and we can look past the bulbous testicular appearance of you
we're all
with your
like,
tentacles.
I gotta be honest with you, your personality is a 10.
You're
What if we
really
don't-
funny. You're funny.
What if we got drunk enough to where we could have sex with all of these things?
Yeah.
Would that
We
solve
all-
the problem?
I don't.
We all laughed at those Jewish jokes you told us when we walked in, even though it made us uncomfortable.
All right, boys, I'll take one for the team. Appease the naughty. Wait, do
Oh,
we
I
have to? Wait, what's happening? Do we have to have sex with?
I don't think they do. We just need to find a way to stop Cedroveth.
Spray your cat mist on them to appease the gads.
What are you proposing, testicle monster? I'm sorry, Mr. Testicle Monster.
He doesn't
Mr.
spend-
Dr. Testicle Monster?
He didn't spend 6 years going to a testicle medical school.
So what is your priority right now, Mr. Rejan? Is it to reclaim your beautiful humanoid form? Is it to destroy Cedroves out of vengeance? Is it to find another habitable realm for your people?
The first order of business is to find out what Cedroves is up to. There has been a recent change in its behavior, and I fear for the worst. It is letting the maintenance of the vessel decay. The oil that runs this place has been leaking to the surface.
The rising oil sea. Yes, we know about the oil seas
The
rising.
gravity
I'd say it's a bit more than a spill at this point. Rather large.
We've experienced the gravity bubbles as well. Gravity wells, yes. Yes. So, but why? Why is it letting itself go like this? I mean, it should be, feeling good about itself. It's getting worshipped by everybody.
it says the only
Is it
thing that makes
depressed?
sense is that
Yes.
it feels as if it will soon no longer need Cedrives as a vessel. And so we must figure out what it is planning to do.
Well, I think I know the answer. The best way to spread Cedrivis cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
I have a question. Has it been listening to Adele's latest album?
It just
It may
you
be
just have to
feel
take out one
empowered to leave
CD.
it. Yeah.
We have to shut down our MP3 player. I like where this mission is going.
Listen to me, Rejan. Cedrives seems to know everything about all of us. Is there a way we can hack into the central cerebral unit and learn more about it?
There is an above surface resource facility, a science area, where we would get most of our vegetation, but it has become overrun.
We know of this place. It's called the Great Green. We were there once, on the other side of an oil sea. We found some artifacts, did we not? Didn't we? Don't we have something that we could show Rejon? Didn't we collect something from a dead explorer skeleton
Oh, we
in
did.
the Great
That
Green?
was a quest item that we like.
It was a
traded in?
map or some kind of a.
I think it was that
Artifact?
ball. It was that ball that had the oil in it from their experiments or something.
Oh.
It says, you must travel to the very heart of this great green. It is danger like you have not yet known. But only then will we know what it is planning and ultimately how to defeat it.
Interesting. Okay, so we got to go defeat something out in the Great Greens. Any information?
Is there anything you can give us to help us? Because I got to tell you, we had a hell of a time the last time we went into that green area. Mushroom people came out and started eating us.
Yeah, let's just say we've sniffed many holes on this fair land, and we want to know what hole we're sniffing into here.
It says,
I love this new character. This is great.
I'm now Jesse the Baddie Ventura.
it says, you have two options. You may either travel on the surface or continue to travel underground. But be warned, one of these, you will have to pass through the territory of the undead necromancer.
I'm
Would you
going
tell
to
us
guess
which one?
that's
Why is it a
underground.
choice? Is
Can
it
I-
a riddle?
Yeah, can I just ask, why are we building highways through Necromancer land? Was that the plan all along? Is this, we could do it over this leafy glade or through the most dangerous part of the frickin' planet?
Is it a subterranean necromancer land?
No.
No, it's above ground then.
Yes.
Can I borrow a flashlight?
Here, I'll make you one out of a Pringles can, two sponges, and a latex glove. Oh,
Specific.
thought you said you meant flashlight.
Rejon, will you be joining us on this expedition?
I have already attempted to make these journeys myself. I'm afraid that they are looking out for me. I would only draw attention with my massive size.
Ooh, can we do a
Cedrives has made me
deception?
its final target.
What
we
if
make
put
a
a big straw
deception
hat
with-
on you and like some earrings?
No, let's get some orange paint and paint him like a giant basketball, and we'll just pretend to be bouncing him the whole time. It's like, woo, we're the Showtime Lakers.
Gosh,
says-
we're the Cedrives Globetrotters.
Gee, Shaggy.
Now, is there anything, like I said, we had a very hard time our last time through there. Is there anything that you could give us to help us make our way there?
I can only help clear the way for you.
Okay.
Oh, hey, can I?
say
Can I
more.
ask him a question? I hold up that little piece of tentacle I have from one of the ones that we killed earlier, because I got that in my pocket. I was like, hey, excuse me, I believe that you're psychically linked to this little piece, or can you touch it and be that way? In case we had a question of like maybe go left or right, you could maybe point this tentacle in the right direction for us.
Oh,
It says,
like a little divining rod, a divining
'cause-
tentacle.
Yeah, I want to use it like a water rat, and so he can maybe not lead us into murder.
A water rat.
A water rat.
it says, this will be the best way to give my life and to atone for the things that our civilization has done.
Whoa! Now hold.
Or we just
Mr.
want to know if you
Mr.
can wiggle this
Rejan.
thing in the jar. You don't need to kill yourself.
I mean, look, I've dealt with suicidal thoughts myself. They pass. You just need to stop drinking so much.
I was a
There's
wreck.
ways out of this hole.
Listen, I was a wreck for a week at the end of Transformers, the animated movie. When they killed Optimus Prime, who was my hero as a child, I was a wreck. And I was in the same place that you were. And I think you can move on. Maybe you let a couple people down, but we could really use you.
We could be your Rodimus Prime. In many
Dibs
ways,
on
he's
Moon
just as
Dancer.
good.
It says, we should move soon. But
All right.
Okay.
Can we rest up? Let's rest here.
Yes, maybe with the hit points and the whatnot, we could just.
Wait,
he says,
guys,
What?
it's already September 10th, 2001. We can't rest.
I got to join the game session here.
take as much time.
You know, sometimes they say you're a conspiracy. You either live enough to be a completely crazy conspiracy theorist or you end up being the man on the inside. And it looks like I have become such.
And with your rest, if you don't have your full hit points, you will do so now.
All right.
You will bring yourself up to full. Your spells rejuvenate. And
Okay.
that is actually what we have for this session.
Oh.
Excellent. I say to you, Rejan, we are here to work together. The whole sniffing dudes and the giant testicular tentacle monster will join forces like Voltron to beat the Cedroves brain mind and bring peace and harmony to this interstellar bioorganic mechanism. Or we will all die trying.
Wait, what?
Listeners, we have had a fantastically enlightening episode. So much was revealed about the origins of this planet. Even the name Cedrovis has now become clear, crystal clear to the whole sniffing dudes, thanks to the wisdom of their new friend Rejan, their new suicidal friend Rejan, who is evidently prepared to give his life to make amends for some past wrongs and set the universe back in balance with the help of the whole sniffing dudes. Will they do it? How will they get to the Great Green? Will they pass the evil realm of the necromancer, or will they find some other shortcut and avoid that fate and its accompanying experience points? You'll find out next time on the next exciting episode of Laughfinder.
All right, guys. I'm just going to plug. Make sure you come out to May 14th, May 13th. What the fuck date is that? When is that second Saturday shit show going
Well,
on?
let's check the calendar. It's
see,
the 14th.
For May 14th at 8 p.m. at the Auto Bar in Baltimore, where I'll be putting on another VR hybrid show. So come on out, check that out. Dorian got added to the lineup, so Violet's going to be on there too. It's going to be a great time. Tickets are just $10, available on the website or at door. That's all I'm plugging right now. Brian, what do you got coming up?
Well, you know what, everybody? If you went there on the 14th, you should also go to the Auto Bar on June the 11th. You can catch this motherfucker right here, headline of that bad boy in motherfucking living color, live and in person. So again, June 11th, Auto Bar, 8 p.m. upstairs. This guy's
You're on in living color now?
as far as you know, Aaron.
Homie, don't play that.
That's
Indeed.
amazing.
I am, and I will be doing all of the white man parts that Jim Carrey used to do. Alrighty then.
Eric, what do you got coming up?
I think the next thing of merit that I have coming up is going to be Rough Edges Brewing. That's coming on the 14th of May. It's coming to Waynesboro. It's going to be the great Josh Caderna, former guest on this show, 2-time, 3-time. Who knows how many fill-ins he's done? But he's going to be closing out that with the great Tink Bryant at the feature spot, and
King Tink.
and then what's her name? I'm drawing a blank. Other people.
Megan.
Farty fart face.
Megan
No, it's
Grade.
not Megan. No, it's Nicole Walco. There you go, Nicole
Okay,
Walco.
okay.
All on the show, and your boy hosting it. So come on out, Rough Edges Brewing. Gonna be a fun one.
All right, Aaron, what do you got coming up?
I'm going to be getting out on the river as soon as I possibly can, once again, to try to to chase my personal dragon and catch another fish on one of my homemade flies. Stay tuned for that.
Check out
And
Fishfinder.
last but not least, Dorian, what do you got coming up?
May the 14th, I'm going to be on a VR comedy show, I believe.
Yeah. At first, I was like, this motherfucker double booked.
Wait, so like, are you gonna also be at Auto Bar in person?
No, you can stay home.
Oh, okay, I was just curious. I was
Or if
thinking
you
maybe,
want-
yeah, I was just curious since like you actually live in Baltimore. I was gonna maybe go to that because I live
Uh,
right by Auto Bar.
Also
Okay,
going to
yeah.
be at Awesome Con.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And
That
I'm
is
going to
in
be at Origins Board Game Convention.
Oh nice.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit. Also, I think we might be on the main stage of BlurredCon this year.
Oh, yeah.
You, me, Kasha, and Chris motherfucking Berrylick.
The black
The downest
you know.
brother in comedy.
I do want to tell you guys one story from work today. Tegan was reading off a list of euphemisms, like slang words, like stuff like I forget what, the Pleasure Palace, stuff like that. He was like,
Is he
"Do you
like-
know what they refer to?" And finally, we were like, "Oh, it's vagina." And then our one coworker, right-wing coworker Tony, the guy who's Italian, like first-generation Italian, and thinks he's a white supremacist. Like, you're not white. You're not white. You're
No.
just saying white people are better than you. He chimes in. He goes, "Oh, I got one for you. Do you?" And we're like, "Okay." He was like, "Do you guys know what getting your salad tossed means?"
Why did I laugh like that?
Yes. Yeah. And he was like, "Okay, what's it mean then?" And we're like, "It means eating ass." And he was like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know." We had always apparently in his house, instead of saying toss your cookies, they wouldn't, for throwing up, they wouldn't say toss your cookies because grandma made the cookies and the cookies were too good to throw away. They would instead, these are his words, they would instead say toss your salad because his kids didn't like to eat vegetables, right?
Oh
So-
man.
That has been ingrained in him his entire, and his whole life. His whole family says toss your salad when they're talking about throwing up. Well, this past weekend they went camping. They went camping with another family, and the
They
guy's
all
daughter
tossed
works
each
at
other's salads.
the guy's
Oh,
guy's
little
daughter.
Maria got sick in the tossed
but
salad.
Why do I find
What are
this?
you here? You're a family, and
Oh,
I eat your
it's
ass.
It's a Waluigi salad toss.
But so they go camping with this other family, and the other father is there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my daughter works at Salad Works." And Tony's son said, "Oh, I bet she's a salad tosser. And she likes tossing salads, right?" And the dad was like, "Hey, watch your fucking mouth, right?" And Tony was like, "Whoa, what's
Hey,
your problem, man?
Bapangu, what's the matter with
Hey,
you?
Hey.
He's just talking about
Hey.
puking here. Wee,
Ah, you ever seen that part in True Romance about Sicilians?
Yeah, so that's how Tony learned that that's what tossing salad meant, was when another man got upset because Tony's son inferred this girl just eats assholes for a living.
That's funny.
Oh hell yeah!
That was a beautiful
Oh,
note to end
fuck.
on, Tommy. Hey,
All right.
I was just going to invite you to do your benediction. lest we
Oh yeah,
forget.
oh yeah. All right, and thanks everybody in chat. I saw Chuck, I saw Alexander, I saw Ashley was in there, and there's one more name, but they're not talking. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, and as always, everybody, may all your hits be critical, may your strike be tried and true, may all your fails be minimal, but nothing lower than a 2. We love you, and no show Wednesday. At least I'm not going to be on it because I'm going
Why?
to be out of town. I'm going to be out of town on Wednesday.
I can do the show Wednesday.
Then there's a show on Wednesday. You guys gonna
We'll
have
see.
guests.
Maybe there's a show.
What?
We'll see.
Yep.
Otherwise,
All right,
we'll
guys.
definitely see you next
Monday.
week.